And this could be a very contested election. I mean, some of these states are so close. You might see Trump and you might see Clinton calling for a recount in some of these states. There's such narrow margins that people could say, we want to have a recount. If there is a recount, a statewide recount, of course, that would take a very, very, very long time. You have this man who comes out of nowhere, presumably, who says, I want to run for president. No one really took him seriously. But what we see is that he was very well known from his television show. So it wasn't like he had to introduce himself. People already knew him and liked him. The second thing is they really liked his brash, aggressive stand on immigration. They also liked his aggressive stand on jobs and China and globalization, his attacks on the big banks, his attacks on big money in politics. He said, I'm not taking the big money. This is my money I'm spending out here. And Hillary Clinton is in with the elites. I think the blue-collar workers in Ohio, in Michigan, in New Hampshire, in Kansas, they've seen their factories shut down, and I think they feel like, wait a minute, the big steel mills are gone. Wait a minute, the big auto plant has shut down, and I think they feel someone is to blame for this. I'll tell you who's to blame. It's the government. And that's exactly what Trump said. He basically said, the government has allowed these corporations to go to China. The government has allowed you to be kicked to the curb. I think it's a very, very challenging election for the Democrats and for Hillary Clinton in particular. And I think that probably the Democrats overestimated their strength in many of the states. She's been around a long time. She doesn't have an exciting, inspiring message. Her message is, I'm Hillary Clinton. I'm not Donald Trump. That was her calling card. So that is not something to get the blood flowing. It certainly generates fear among a lot of people. But I think she probably got a very respectable vote from minority voters. But there's just not enough of them to counteract the rural voters, the conservative voters, the Republican voters.